Thursday, the 4th of March. I'm not going to lie, this is one of my last filmed lessons of this lockdown. I'm fingers crossed, hoping that we're not going to have to do this again. I don't think filming lessons and teaching online is for me. So we're going to do our best for this last, one of my last maths lessons. Miss Ryan will take you for maths tomorrow, but this is my last recorded maths lesson. Yay! So looking forward to seeing you in the classroom next week. Let's get today's maths date and Walt up. So you can pause the video now and we will get this in our book. Okay, we're going to put together all of our multiplication skills that we've been learning over the last week and a half. We're going to put them together so that we can start looking at, I suppose, what the Walt is today. It says use efficient methods to multiply a 2-digit number by a 1-digit number. I mean, that's what we've been doing over the last 7 days, whatever it is. That's what we'll be doing anyway. Now, lots of you, I don't want you to, as soon as you see a multiplication sum or calculation, I don't want you to straight away go, oh, I need to write this down in a formal column edition, like this one on the board here. Okay, sometimes you don't need to do that. Okay, the first few lessons we did today, we looked at mental methods last week. Okay, so these are all formal written methods that we've been doing more recently, but sometimes we don't need to do that. And so today, what today's lesson is all about is when you see a multiplication number sentence, I'm going to use that word, we use it all the time. What do you notice? Do you notice that I can solve this really quickly by multiplying by 10? Or do I need to write this down and use a more detailed method? So that's what we're going to be doing today. Now, this one from yesterday, has anyone managed to have a go? Pause the video, see if you can remember what happens when we have to regroup in the ones and the tens. Pause the video, have a go at it now. All right, let's get this done. So I'm going to put my column headings in because I like to do that because that makes me understand it a little bit better. In fact, I'm going to put hundreds in because I know that 4 multiplied by 3 tens, that's going to be way more than 100. So I'm going to put that in to help me. Now, let's start with the ones like we always do. What are 4 8s? Okay, so 8 times table or 4 times table, 8 4s or 4 8s. So 8, I'm going to do the 8 times table, 8, 16, 24, 32. Now, if I've got the number, I'm just going to do some notes up here. 32. How am I going to put this into my columns? So I know I've got 2 1s and 3 10s that I'm going to add on. Okay, next bit. I'm doing 4. I'm just using my little notes page over here just to show it. Whoops. 4 times, massive multiplication sign, 4 times 30. Okay. We talked about that we don't actually have to do 4 times 30. Okay, we can do 4 times 3 and then multiply it by 10. So actually, I'm going to cross out that 0, but I'm not going to, I know that I need to multiply by 10 at the end. So I'm going to do 4 3s or 3 4s. So what is that? Let's do 3 4s. 4, 8, 12. All right. So 12 would be my answer. Then multiply that. What's 12 times 10? Okay, well, 12 multiplied by 10 because that's what we're doing. It's a multiple of 10, is 120. Okay. And then all I need to do is add on my 3 10s. What are 3 10s? That's 30. All right. So 12 add 3 will give you your answer, 152. Okay, making sure that we don't forget to add these regrouped tens that we've made from our first calculation. All right, so think about what we've just done there. So we've done multiplying the ones first, then we multiplied this way. So we did 4 multiplied by 30, or 4 3s. 4 3s gives us 12, and then we added the 3 10s on. Okay, 4 3s gave us 12 10s. Okay. 4 times 3 10s is 12 10s, and then we added 3 10s on, okay, which gave us That was our 15 tens, 152. So another practice one, just to get our brains going. Okay, a little quizzy one. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start looking. So 46 multiplied by 3. I'm going to use that question stem again. What do you notice? Well, first time, I'm going to look at the 3 possible answers. Straight away, I noticed that, what can this be? 46, 3 46s. Could it be a 1,218? Nah. Okay. It can't be as many as that, surely. Okay, so 1,218, a 4-digit number. I don't think so. Okay. So straight away, I'm going to sense check it. Now I'm left with these 2. Let's try and solve this now. 46 times 3. Let's start with our ones. What are 3 6s? 6, 12, 18. Okay, so I'm going to put that into my, into my columns. And then 3 4s. Okay, 4, 8, 12. Add the 1 on 13. 100. So 13 tens is 130. So 138. Okay, is your answer, which was C down here. Okay. Now, today's lesson, let's have a look at it. So you're going to be given a range of multiplication questions. And you need to decide, like Coco says down here, I noticed that, for example, I noticed that this question is asking us to multiply, it's 4 tens, okay, it's 40. So do I need to do here a formal written method, or can I solve this in my head? So Colin's onto something down here. When I multiply by 40, it is the same by multiplying by 4 and then by 10. So for what he's saying here is, actually, if I just did 7 4s, so let's try and work that out first. What are 4 7s? Either way around, remember. So let's do that. So 7 add 7 is 14. And then if I did it again, that'd be 4 7s, wouldn't it? So 14 add 14 would be 28. All right, so there we go. 7, 14, 21, 28. Now, Colin says when I multiply by 40, it's the same as multiplying by the 4. And then we're going to multiply this by 10. So then we're doing 28 multiplied by 10. And then that will give us our answer. So I actually could have done this in my head. All right. So rather than even writing it down like this, so what is 28 times 10? Well, that's 280. All right. So sometimes we don't need, this is what I mean. You need to notice that we don't always need to write it down in formal column methods. It's what do we notice on each of these number sentences. Okay, so that's the first one. Let's take some time to have a look at this one, because this was taken from one of our earlier lessons. What do you notice about this number sentence? I've got the number sentence 16 multiplied by 3. Can you remember what we did? And Coco, if you're struggling here, Coco has got a little bit of help here for you. So if you remember, pause the video, have a go at this in class or have a go at it at home, and then we'll discuss it afterwards after you've done that. See if you can get the right answer first and foremost, and then the right method if you can. Okay, let's go through this then. So 16 multiplied 3. What hopefully are noticing that we did a whole lesson on when you're multiplying teen numbers. So 16, we can partition. Okay, I don't need to do a formal written method. I can do, well, that's 10 and that's 6. So I'm going to do two calculations here. What is 6 times 3? Okay, do you know what? I'm going to do it in my head. Or 3 6s. What's 3 6s? 6, 12, 18. Okay, so that's the first bit. And now, what are 3 10s? 3 10s are 30. What do I need to do? Add them together. So what's 30? Add 18. 48. Okay, so 8 and 0, 30 and 10, 48. Okay, and so hopefully, again, we did a whole lesson on partitioning teen numbers. Again, another one that actually, if you really concentrate and focus on it, you'll notice that you don't need a formal written method. Lots of you will be able to do that in your head. If you can't, that's okay. Okay, you can just write it down. Okay, like I've done. do you know what? That actually doesn't make any sense, doesn't it? I haven't put in full number sentences. I've just written it down, 2 numbers to help me remember how to do it. That's absolutely fine. Okay, let's have a look at this one. Oh, this is not, I notice that this is not a team number. All right, I notice actually that I'm just gonna look at my 10s and my 1s, and if I multiply each of those by 4, I notice that I'm probably going to have to regroup here in the 1s, because I know that 3 4s is more than 10, maybe not in the 10s. Let's have a look. Okay, so if I partition 23 into 2 10s and 3 1s, okay, I could do that. All right, so I could do that, and I could do, so that's 20, and that's 3. Let's try and see what Colin's suggesting. So 3 4, what's 3 times 4? Well, 3 4s are 4 8 12. All right, there it is, 12. So I've had to regroup the 1s column. Now, this calculation, what are 2 times 4 or 4 2s? That's 8. All right, so we're just doing, that's 80. All right, add the 1, okay, is 9. So my answer would be 92. Okay. Remember, when that's the 1s column, that's when we're talking 1s, and that's when we're talking 10s. All right. So it's not 4 times 2, it's 4 20. So 20, 40, 60, 80, add on a 10, 90. All right. So I haven't had to regroup in the 10s column then. All right. And if I were to do that, I could prove my answer here. All right. I'm going to do, so my first calculation we said was 4 3s. Let's have another go at that. You're probably getting really fed up with me doing that. Let's lock that back in place. So 4 3s. I'm going to see if I can grab them all. There it is. And do 4 3s. There's 1 3. There's 2 3s. There's 3 3s. There's 4 3s. Now we know that if a column product is equal to 10 or more, then I have to regroup. So I need to take 10, all right, and put them into, well, I've made a 10, haven't I? So let's take 10 out of here. So 6, 6, let's get rid of those, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I've taken 10 out because I've regrouped. Okay, I'm going to put that 10 into there. A bit, so that 10 is represented down here, look, at the bottom of my columns. Now I'm going to do 4 20s. So here's my first 20. I'm going to do 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to add on my 10 at the bottom, remember, that I'd regrouped from earlier. So there is my answer. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 92. Okay, so 4 23s is 92. All right, let's have a go at the next one. Can you maybe pause the video, what do you notice to start with? Is there a quick method, or am I going to have to do a formal written method to solve this calculation? Pause the video now. Okay, hopefully you've come to the conclusion that actually 4 multiply 4, that's going to be, we have to regroup there, and we're going to have to regroup there. So definitely, I think a formal written calculation would be much better to solve this one. So let's start off with our 1s column. What are 4 4s? Again, guys, if you need some more time, I'm going quite quickly, but if you need more time, pause. All right, so if you need to take some time to solve these, pause the video and take the time that's needed. Okay, I just want to let you have maximum time doing the lesson. So the 1s column, 4 4s, have we managed to work out what that is? 4, 8, 12, 16. How am I going to write that into my columns? Well, 16 has got 6 1s and 1 10. Okay. Then I'm going to do my 10s column, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 4 times 3. Okay. and then I'm going to multiply by 10 because it's the tens column we're multiplying by 10. 4 times 3 is, or 3 fours, 4, 8, 12. All right, so 12 tens, and not forgetting my 10 here, so that's 13 tens, which is 13 tens, there it is. So my answer would be 136. So I've had to regroup in the ones column and in the tens column. All right, so just going to add that in there. For the 430s would be 120, obviously. And then I remember I'm adding on this 10 here, okay, to make it 130, 136. Alrighty, let's have a look at this one. What do you notice? Pause the video, tell the person next to you if you're in class, or maybe someone at home if you're at home. 18 multiplied by 4. We've already done one similar to this, sorry. Can you spot what it is? Okay, Coco's given us a bit of a clue here. Hopefully it's partitioning, because 18 is a team number. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to partition, that's 10. Okay, I'm just making little notes on here. That's 8. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 calculations and then I'm going to add them together. So I've got 4 8s. What are 4 8s? Can I count in 8s or 8 4s? All right, so 8 add 8 is 16. Add another 8, 24. Add another 8, 32. Okay, so I've done the hard bit. And then the last bit is, what are 4 times 10? 4 tens. 4 tens are 40. All right, and then I just need to add them together. So 40 and 70, what's 2 and 0? Well, that's 2. What's 30? Add 40. Well, that's 70. So my answer is 72. All right, and I've just done that through partitioning that time. So again, what do you notice? What is the quickest way? What is the most efficient way to do it? Do I need to do a formal written method there? Absolutely not, okay? I can do that in my head by doing 2 calculations and adding them together. All right, let's have a look at this one then. Colin is wondering which method is most efficient. He's trying to solve 16 multiplied by 4, all right? Does he do this formal written method, 16 multiplied by 4, so I can see that he's done 4 6s are, 24, and then he's done 4 10s are 40, and then he's added on, so he's got the right answer, 64. Does he need to do that, or can he just do, they've done it slightly differently, the wrong way, slightly a different way around, in his head, 10 fours, 40, and 6 fours, so 40 add 24. So which way do you think is most efficient? You be correct. Personally, again, remember, maths is individual to everyone, so you might find it easier to do it this way. However, if you've got good number sense and you're good at manipulating numbers, then certainly this method here would be the quickest, okay, and the easiest, and that's where we want you to get to, hopefully. Alrighty, let's move on. So I've blown this up here because I think this is Coco's way of saying it is a really good way of saying it. What do you notice? I notice, for example, let's look at the first one. What do you notice is 6 multiplied by what? This is a big clue. Okay, well, we notice that the most efficient way to multiply here would be to do 6 multiplied by 3 and then multiply it by 10 because it's a multiple of 10, look. All right, so what I want you to do is have a go at the do-its, have a look at each of them. Can I partition, for example, or do I have to do a more formal written method, and see how you get on with that? If you need more practice, okay, I've put some more on here. So if you want to have a go at doing your formal multiplication skills, and then if you really want to show off, this is our last multiplication lesson. So I'd love you to have a go at the Go Deep and Go Deeper. Miss Ryan's going to start some division with you tomorrow. So good luck with that. Have a go at the do-its. And for those of you that are feeling really confident, really have a go at those Go Deeper questions. I will catch up with you soon.